Guys, I want to show you something really cool that I just got for my house. It is a hydroponic garden. I have lots of gardening videos, and I've been an organic gardener for at least 12 years now. But I started thinking about the fact that I really miss my salad greens in wintertime when I can't grow them outside. And so I looked into these gardens, and at first, the Aero Garden, that's the most popular one, and they're really kind of pricey, so I didn't want to invest that much money in it. But then I found this brand. It's called iDOO, and I'll provide a link to this. And this particular one was currently on sale at Amazon for only $67.99, which is super cheap. So I had a bit of Christmas money for mom and dad, so figured I should at least buy something for myself. So I bought this garden. So I received this just 4 days ago. And all you have to do is you fill it up with tap water up to the 4 liter mark there. You add they've got plant food here. Now this is not organic plant food, so I really don't want to use it, so I'm going to be buying something else. But for the first batch of this, I went ahead and put this in. But you add, it ended up being like a cap full of both of these chemicals. And then it came with these little plastic thingies, and you slide those into there, and the little sponge that goes in there as well, and then you add your seeds. And then what's really cool about this is that once you plug it in and turn it on, it'll stay on. The light will stay on for 16 hours straight, and then it shuts off for 8 hours. So initially I'd started it like in the afternoon, so by nighttime when I was in bed, I mean, it doesn't seem like that bright, but I'm the kind of person that likes complete darkness. So what I did was I unplugged it and turned it back on at 8 o'clock in the morning. That next morning, I set my alarm because I don't wake up that early. So now it goes on at 8 a.m. and it shuts off at midnight, and then it turns itself right back on again at 8 a.m. the next day. So I don't have to do anything to it, which is super cool. And then there's a pump inside of there, and that turns on every half hour and then shuts off for half an hour, and it just cycles going through that. So that's all you got to do. And then just come back and check your little plants, make sure the water hasn't gone down, and it hasn't gone down at all. It's not hot here. I imagine during summer, if the house gets really hot, the water would probably evaporate a bit, but my house is pretty cold. It's an old drafty house, so it's probably maybe 55, 60 in here at the hottest during winter. So I wasn't sure how quick things would germinate, but as you can see these cute little caps on top? These are all different salad greens, and every single one of them, this is just 4 days later, and they are all sprouting. I mean, look at that. Isn't that cool? Now the back row, I use these seeds for butter crunch lettuce, and see how they're red and they're supposed to be easier to handle, whatever. I think they're like wax coated or some weird thing. So they are just barely starting to show any signs of growth. I may end up removing these and planting something else, but we're just experimenting. But anyway, so, and then this light here, you can see the really cool colors. It has different settings, whether you're doing vegetables or fruits. So different flowers and fruits have different setting from vegetables because it's different color lights that are better for them. So mine is just on vegetables right now. And then, as the plants grow, this light thing, this is actually on the lowest setting, so it can go a lot taller. So you can have, I think it's like a foot tall of space there. So you obviously have it on the lower level, so it's closer to the plants and giving them more warmth. But I will continue with updates maybe every couple of weeks to show you how things are going here with this hydroponic garden. But it is super cool. It's so quiet too. I've noticed the fan is off right now, because I think that cycles on with the pump. But when it is on, it doesn't. I mean, the kitty's fountain over there, I hear over this. Oh, and this is where you put the water in. I just use a water bottle and poured it in. But really cool. Came with all the stuff you needed. The only thing it didn't come with is the seeds. So you pick whatever seed you want. I will post a link to a similar seed bank to what I bought, which has been great. I don't think the one that I actually have is still on Amazon, but I'll link you to another one. I have these seeds, and they're really cool. I keep them in my freezer, and then every year I've sorted them out. Like, they were all in their own little baggies, but then I sorted them out by type. So I have like root vegetables, salad greens, fruits, whatever. And then that way it's easy to find things, squashes, whatever. So I just picked some different salad greens. This front one, I'm not really sure what it is. It was spilled out. One of the packets was spilled out and the missing packet wasn't there. So I guess if I went through and see which packet is missing, but apparently it's something I've grown before. Otherwise I wouldn't have opened the packet. So it should be grown pretty well. And then we've got a ruby red lettuce and then a butter crunch in the back. As things grow too, you can put little sticks or straws in here as supports. So I highly recommend this already because, I mean, 4 days, we've already got this kind of growth. I think that is really pretty cool.